Finland tops the UN's list of the happiest countries for the 8th year in a row.
So I dropped 10 wallets on the streets of Belfast. So how many do you think were offered back to me by kind strangers?
We will have the answer to that question and what it tells us about being happy. Now, today marks World Happiness Day, and according to the Office for National Statistics, Northern Ireland is the happiest and most satisfied part of the UK.
You can't not be happy looking at all these. I mean, it's a bit creepy because there's a lot of them, but they do make me happy. And this year's World Happiness Report claims that the towns and cities where people would return a lost wallet are home to the happiest people. So our home editor, Mark Easton, has been to Belfast to put that theory to the test.
For years, researchers into happiness have been losing wallets on purpose. And today, here in Northern Ireland, I'm going to lose some too.
Today is World Happiness Day and also sees the publication of the World Happiness Report, which this year says that places where people think strangers are generally kind, the sort of people who would return a lost wallet, well, those places tend to be happier than places where they don't believe in the kindness of strangers.
So I'm deliberately mislaying 10 wallets across Belfast, each with a note asking to call my number if found. So how many of our 10 wallets do you think will prompt a phone call? Are you more pessimistic than you need to be about the kindness of strangers? The academic guru of lost wallets says most people are, and that seriously damages community well-being.
So you drop wallets, see how many are returned. Then you compare it to what people think is the case, and it turns out wallets are returned twice as often as people think, or more. And if we could make them believe that it really was all the time, they'd be much happier.
We'll find out what happened to our wallets in a moment, but the less happy news from today's report is that the UK has slipped down the global happiness table from 20th to 23rd position. Well-being is falling here, according to official UK data, but Northern Ireland remains the happiest part, and that's despite being the least well off.
I mean, 1 gin and tonic in the evening and I'm happy. 2, my happiness is complete.
Oh, there you go, there you go.
One explanation for places like Belfast being so cheerful despite the problems is a profound sense of community.
There's some prawns, like some prawns.
And importantly, according to research in this year's Happiness Report, frequently sharing meals.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Eating together regularly is as strong a predictor of a place's well-being as income levels or unemployment.
Breaking bread with family and friends and colleagues, it just boosts that inner happiness, because happiness to me, it's an inside job.
Because we know income's important, but only up to a point. Once people kind of perceive their financial needs have been met, social relationships, these sorts of networks become the most important thing in predicting happiness.
Where did you find it?
Wallet finders across Belfast have started calling me.
Well, you're very kind. Why did you return it? You could have just taken the money.
Because that would have been nice to do, so we just decided to phone you.
Just an honest person. It could be me, lost my wallet, or any of my kids, or anything. It's nice to be nice.
It should inspire us all to believe in the kindness of strangers. Very kind of you.
One finder, Al, insisted on delivering the wallet back to me in person.
And I'm only glad you're here to receive your wallet back again.
So I dropped 10 wallets on the streets of Belfast. So how many do you think were offered back to me by kind strangers? Well, the answer is all 10.
While our wallet experiment is not scientific, it does back up the evidence. Strangers are kinder than we think. So happy World Happiness Day, everyone. Mark Easton, BBC News, Belfast.
Isn't that reassuring? Well, actually, I'm a firm believer that people are, on the whole, good.
On the whole, good people.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I like that statistic that wallets are twice as likely to be returned than they think they are, which I think is really reassuring. That, you know, if you've got a phone number in it, it probably will come back to you.
Yeah, really reassuring.
It takes a really mean person to pinch
to keep it
what's in and then not ring you, doesn't it?
What makes you happy, Ben? Apart from being
here with you in the morning at 9 minutes to 7. It's that. Let us know, though, what you think the secret is to happiness. I quite like the idea there as well, eating together. There's something quite, communal about that, isn't there? Get in touch with us. Let us know what makes you happy. What is your go-to to cheer you up? All the numbers, all the ways to get in touch with us there on screen. Just scan that QR code as well if you want, and it'll start a message with us.
Yeah, that sense of community. Extended friends and family, Mark was saying in his report. OK.